Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be a all signs general reading for whoever may have found it. As always, keep in mind this is the internet, so take what resonates, leave what does not. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. Like I said, this is an all signs reading. I will tell you the signs that jump out to me in the reading, but this is just, I always set the intention of whoever needs the reading the most, whatever they need to hear, give it to me. Okay? Um, yeah, I think that's my. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I probably am not, but oh, I am like suffering from allergies today. That's what I wanted to say. So I'm a bit like stuffy runny. So if I sound a little congested, just bear with me. Okay. Let's get into this, guys. Let's see what's going on. The other thing that came through right before I began, which I thought was um kind of random for me, but maybe not be random for you, was lemons. Like specifically the scent of lemon. Like it hit me really strong. So maybe if you like the scent of lemon or you have the scent of lemon somewhere around you right now, there might be something in this reading for you. Let's dive in. Bottom of the deck is your challenge, represents what you're not seeing, what you're not looking at. We've got the Page of Cups, we've got the Star, and we've got the Three of Wands. The Ace of Wands is there as well. I'm immediately brought to the fact that this is a lot of like cup and water energy. Like the cup in the Page of Cups, like she's holding it, but then also pouring out the cup in the star. Star's a card of Aquarius as well. You could be an Aquarius. But with this Page of Cups, the Star, and then the Three of Wands, I feel like we're talking about self forgiveness today. I don't know why it's coming through that way. The star does talk about healing. The Page of Cups is. It doesn't have to be the inner child. It's most of the time it is. But it can also be someone else coming in with an apology, right? But I don't really feel like that from you guys today. I feel like the collective that I'm tapping into, there's a need for like self reflection and a need for like forgiveness of the self today and compassion with the self. So let's dive in. Let's talk about it. We start with the Emperor and the Seven of Wands. So this is a father wound, okay? We talk about the mom wound a lot, but sometimes the father wound comes through just as strong. You know, with the Seven of Wands and the Emperor here, I feel like for some of you guys, there's this need to forgive yourself for doing things for someone else's approval that maybe didn't resonate with you at the time. Like the way that this is coming through with the Seven of Wands is like I feel like some of you guys have been looking back at things that you've done, work, accomplishment, creative projects, and you've realized, wait, I didn't even want to do this. I just did this to pacify someone. The way my guides want me to say this to you is that it is okay if we had to sacrifice our authentic expression for survivability. And what I mean by that is like if you grew up in a household where you were shrunk, where you were made really small, and you were squashed a lot, you often do have to sort of put your authenticity on the sidelines for a while and just survive the trauma to get to a place where it then is safe to engage with our authentic expression. For some of you guys here, it's like you're kind of upset with yourselves that you had to do this, but I feel like I'm connecting to a collective that had a very traumatic childhood. And because the way my guides are giving this to me is like, you were a child, there was nothing you could do. You know, when our inner child is kind of upset or feeling this way, it's important to remind ourselves that in that time frame when we were that inner child, we relied on adults to protect us, and sometimes they were the bullies. Okay, so I feel like right off the bat, we need to show ourselves a little bit more compassion here, a little bit more kindness, a little bit more understanding. You can't stay mad at yourself because little you didn't know how to protect themselves. The Magician, yeah. You know, with the Magician, I think some of you guys also came out of this without the knowledge, yeah, Ten of Wands, of what you wanted to do with it or where you wanted to go with it. You know, for a lot of you guys, I'm hearing like a GPS voice, rerouting. You know, I think that your trauma, what happened to you, what you went through, it rerouted you a bit. So I would be careful with wording and spinning this narrative of like, well, it stopped me. It, you know, I wouldn't think of it as a stop. I wouldn't think of it as it rerouted you. It just keep hearing it, so I'm going to say it, okay? You have to think of it as like, okay, I was just moved around a little bit. I'm still on the track. I'm still where I need to be. Or I got to where I need to be. It just took me a little longer, okay? Seven of Wands. Um, the fear of disappointment, disappointing someone else, it's a real fear here, okay? Um, but the way my guides are giving this to me is like something that I want you guys to really start to digest and chew on for a little bit is that if people love you, if people care for you, interpersonal relationships, you know, of all those different types, they're not going to be disappointed by you following your own path. Okay, I think that's something that you guys need to remember here. I think your fear of disappointment is born out of, again, the need to survive, the need to just simply make it through the trauma. For a lot of you guys, you are in a place right now where you are not really, um, I almost want to say you're not weighed down so heavily by the trauma right now. Like, this is giving, like, I've moved out, you know, this is giving, like, had a traumatic childhood, but then moved out. So I think it's important for a lot of you guys to remember that you have removed yourself from the situation. Okay. You are not in that place anymore. So energetically, you also have to untether from it as well. Okay. You've got the Strength and the Ace of Pentacles here as well. Um, Something else I think you guys are a little frustrated with right now is that good things take time. You know, sorry, again, I keep touching my nose. I'm trying really hard not to sneeze. Truth be told, I get really bad like stage fright when I'm on video and I can't sneeze, and then it just becomes like a really annoying thing for me. So I just purposely try to make myself, I close the nostrils so that I don't sneeze. Okay, anyway, enough about me. With the Strength and the Ace of Pentacles here, I think you guys are a little upset about like how long it takes certain things to happen, how long like it takes plans to come to fruition. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. This could be about work for some of you with the Page of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles, how you're making money, your finances. Knight of Pentacles. This is definitely, it transitions into work, right? Because I think for a lot of you, when we have a masculinity wound, you know, regardless of whether or not we want to call it a father wound, it's a wounding of the masculinity. And the divine masculine is the one who goes out, and that is the think executor. That is the person who's making the decisions. It is that part of you that's going out and literally getting in the car and driving, performing the actions, okay? So it feels like with the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the World here, I think a lot of you guys are like, okay, I have this wounded masculinity and I want everything to happen really fast. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. You know, I feel like, yeah, Five of Swords, bottom of the deck. This is definitely a self-sabotage for some of you. I mean, for all of you, for those of you that are dealing with it. Four of Swords. I feel like your guides just want you to have a little bit of a rest right now. You know, you don't have to burn the candle at both ends to make progress. Little progress is better than no progress, babe. Okay? So it feels like for a lot of you right now, it's recognizing that the wounding has warped the way that you see your progress and the way that you see your own success, and working through that like warped lens, that it's almost like looking at your life through a kaleidoscope, right? Because it looks so disorienting and fractured and confusing, but you need to remember that that kaleidoscope is not permanent. You can remove that kaleidoscope, you can take it away from your eye. So this to me is reading again, take your power back by recognizing the fact that the kaleidoscope is there, recognizing that It's almost like my guides are showing me like smudged glasses. Like when my glasses are smudged, I feel super disarmed by it. I'm like, oh my god, I can't see straight right now. And I feel like that's how some of you guys are looking at this right now. Uh, you just gotta find your microfiber cloth. Okay, you have to find your little glasses cloth and clear the smudge. And just remember that you have more power here than you're giving yourself credit. Okay, and also remember that while you're looking at everything, you're looking at some serious topics right now. The father wound, the connection to capitalism, the connection to making money, the connection to productivity, and you're looking at it through a smudged glass lens. So keep in mind that the view you're getting is distorted. Okay, don't take it so severely and so like word of law, because again, it's the kaleidoscope. You can't look at something through a kaleidoscope and take it as a, oh yes, that's what that thing actually looks like, because it doesn't. Okay, your last two cards here are the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. um you have to remember while traversing your journey here, guys, that the only person you need acceptance from here is you. The only person, in regards to, let me phrase that, in regards to your success, your productivity, and how you feel about yourself and the projects that you're doing here, the only acceptance you need right now is you. The only person who can tell you that you're doing a good job is you. It's like I feel like some of you guys with that King of Wands, you want other people. It's always great when someone comes in and is like, oh my God, I love what you're doing. I love to hear that. But at the end of the day, if someone were to comment on my video, because I used to be on TikTok for a lot of you that didn't know, and I would get like comments on videos being like, haha, like I can make stuff up and talk too. Okay, that's great that you feel that way. That's not what I'm doing. So the only acceptance, those comments, they never derailed me. They never stopped me from putting videos out or sharing my gift with the world. It just, I know what I bring to the table. I know what my reading style is. I know what I have to offer, and I accept that. You guys also have to remember that, okay? In your journeys here, with whatever your profession is, wherever you are, let's say you're a nail tech. You know what kind of nails you like to do. You know what you want to offer. Maybe you want to work with hard gel and not acrylic. That's up to you. You get to decide whether or not you're passionate about that. You get to decide how you feel about that, not someone else, not a naysayer, okay? Yeah, you've got the King of Wands and the Star. So your cards are repeating here. King of Wands and the Star. That's a masculine fire energy, and then the Star, again, is Aquarius. So strong Aquarius in this reading. With that King of Wands and the Star here, I feel like something else you guys need to remember is that, like, if you're passionate about something, you gotta chase it. Three of Swords. You're a little hurt, though. You're a little hurt. It can be disarming when people don't see what we're passionate about, I used to be a hairdresser. I think most of you guys probably know this already, but a lot of people, when I became a hairdresser, were like, oh my god, I wish I could play with hair all day too. We all know that's not what a hairdresser does. We all know that. Okay, with that Three of Swords, some of you guys need to process that grief. You need to process and sit in it and accept it that these people they're not seeing it the way that you see it. And that's okay. They're not meant to see it that way. It's your journey. It's your life. If you want to go and be a nail tech who doesn't do acrylic, do it. Like you get to choose what may seem strange to other people, but maybe not to you. I was a hairdresser that didn't do men's haircuts. A lot of people thought that was strange. Not my passion. Not what I want to do. I'm not a barber. That's it. I don't have to justify that to someone, similarly to how you guys don't have to either. Okay? Like let's say you're an artist and you specialize in the drawing of anime and someone wants a like real life portrait and you're like, hey, no, like I don't do that. Sorry. With that Four of Wands here, and you've also got the Knight of Swords in the reverse, I think that some of you guys need to just take a little bit slower pace, a little bit of a break right now. You're processing some really heavy emotions. You're moving through some really unsure waters. And the best thing for you is to just sit with yourself. Use your own guidance, use your own inner compass. Like I said, if it feels right to you, then do it. If it doesn't feel right to you, then don't do it. But also, forgive yourself for those moments in your life, again, when you did things that you didn't want to do, but you had to for the sake of surviving. Okay? Be kind to yourself right now, guys. That's like a really strong message here today for you. Show some grace. Be kind to yourself. All right, let's get you an oracle card. This is the Angelarium. It is a reimagining of the Falling of the Angels. I absolutely love this oracle deck. It reads us to filth, and it's just a really great deck. So, what does this collective need to hear for advice, please? Thank you. Yes, this is a good one. You guys have the Miser, Turiel. Turiel, I think is how you would say it. Again, sorry about the sniffling. I told you I'm getting walloped today. This is number 89 for those of you into numerology. Okay. There is no shame in allowing yourself to indulge in pleasure. This card may be a sign that you can justify your recent gains. Hold on to your treasures and release your guilt. One cannot survive on piety alone. There are bold sensations in this world waiting for us. There is no reason to deny them. All right, guys, you got to remember, you've built your world, you've built your legacy, you've built your empire. Okay, enjoy it. Take some time, step back, enjoy what you have, process the grief, process what you don't, and then let it go and move on to things that make you happy and things that make you feel good. Okay? I will leave that there for you guys. That is your reading today. If this reading resonates with you, or if my reading style happens to resonate with you, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, which is exciting. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. So you can find me Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. And there is also a Discord server that you guys can join. It's a wonderful, really supportive community of people. But I post all of my stream updates on Discord. All my information is there. So yeah, if you would like that link, comment down below. If you would like the link, we can send it to you, or drop by one of the streams. There is a stream tonight when this video goes live. So you could come by the stream. We're always posting the mods are always posting the link in the chat, so that's available for you as well. All right, guys, have a fabulous rest of your day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, whenever you're watching this. I hope to see you on Twitch, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye.